Coach Dodie here from Full Circle Coaching and Consulting. How many here actually think that team meetings are just a waste of time and a huge chore? How many of you actually think team meetings could be a way to grow your business exponentially? Well, if you're the first, stay tuned. We've got some tips to help you and shift your mindset around that. If you're the second, we also have some tips to make them even more effective and so that you can have more growth in your practice. All right, so for those that think it's a waste of time, often the struggle is that they don't have the team support, right? Not everyone wants to be there, and it's like pulling teeth and having a meeting. The other is that they have no time. Not everyone can make it. They just kind of try to make these meetings on the fly, and there's just no time to do it properly. And they're not successful, right? Nothing changes. Everything just stays the same if you have a meeting. Now, how do we make it better? Well, the first thing to know is that having meetings allows for easy communication amongst the whole team, because everyone can hear what's being said and what has to happen. The meetings have to be very concise, and they have to have a leader guiding the meeting. So that's your job as the doc. But you know what? I've had chiropractic assistants who are the office managers that run the meetings because they're just really good at that. So just an example, we had one client in particular that he was struggling in practice. The team was falling apart. There was no growth. And they started actually having team meetings. They improved their communication. They have a very cohesive team now because everyone was communicating well, and their growth was very predictable. They started to really get all their cylinders firing at the same time, and they were moving forward with things. So here are the 5 tips for an effective meeting. One is that it has to be pre-scheduled. Everyone needs to know in advance when the meeting is, what time it starts, and what time it finishes, and be on time for doing that. Don't be delayed or like lose track of time. You want someone to keep you on task in these meetings. 2 is to have an agenda, have a clearly written out exactly what's going to happen, how long potentially each of the topics are going to take, have someone that monitors that, also someone that's taking notes so that there can be an accountability piece. Having a positive focus, so starting your meeting with something that's enlightening, what were the wins of the week, celebrate those things. Coming with a good energy is really important to the meeting versus, just focusing on all the bad things that potentially could have happened. You want to have the past business, so things that you've worked over since the last meeting, and then you want to have future business, so stuff you are actually going to be working on and the agenda. Now, these meetings can be weekly, they can be monthly. It depends on your schedule, how many team members you have, and what your focus is. Some of the meetings may be linked around marketing. Some of them may be geared towards training your team members. Other meetings can be just a procedural and working out the kinks of that. So there's lots of opportunities and focuses for meetings and having this as a new business. One of the key things to consider, though, is having an action step and assigning it to somebody during the meeting, and then when it's finished, everybody gets those notes and they've got their clear action steps. But you need a deadline around those action steps so that people can hold you accountable. So I hope that was really helpful for you to have some good team meetings. Give it a try, start it. I know you're going to love it. If you love this video, click like. If you want to share it with someone, please do. And subscribe to our YouTube channel because there's tons of great videos we have and tips for you to be more successful in your life and in your business.